Hello friends. So in this video I'm going to tell you a nice trick that you can use to get into a non-dual headspace. It's fun. I heard about it years ago, but it didn't work for me really, basically. It's called the Headless Way, developed by Douglas Harding. And years ago I was really trying hard to be the space, not be the body, kind of disassociate myself from the body and be the space, because that's what I heard that enlightened people feel. And so there are these experiments developed by Douglas Harding, which involve kind of pointing yourself and using a mirror and trying to find yourself. And I watched a few videos and it didn't really work for me. So, but recently, I heard Swami Sarvapriyananda explaining it, and for some reason I got it. So I'll tell you what it is and see if it works for you. So the story goes that a man wanted to see Shiva. So he did all this meditation and practice, and he just couldn't see Shiva, the god Shiva. And he one night he dreamt about Shiva, and he said to him, "Shiva, please, I want to see you." And Shiva said, "I'll appear to you tomorrow. I will be the man with no head." So the next day, the man wakes up, he goes around his day and, looking he's got a head, he's got a head, he's got a head. They've all got heads. And but later in the evening, he's looking at himself and he says, "Well, I've got, arms, shoulder, but I've got no head." And so therefore, he's the one without the head, and he is Shiva. So, and this is the, the Advaitan Mahavakya, the great saying, Tattvamasi, thou art that, or as in the words of Shankaracharya, Chidarandarupa Shivoham Shivoham, I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Yes, so what you do is you pretend that you have no head. You sit there and you have a head, so don't worry. But you just pretend you don't have a head, okay? You've got arms, you've got thoughts, you speak, there's words coming out, but there's just no head. And you stay with that. And what happened to me, and maybe it'll happen to you, is that instead of associating with the person in the head as we normally do through our conditioning, you become the awareness. So your sense of who you are goes to the awareness. It's an amazing way to notice the awareness. Now, I'm not sure if you've got it yet, so I'll explain in some other different ways. So in a dream, you are in a dream and you have a body in the dream, and you've got a head in the dream, and you've got a brain in the dream, and eyes in the dream. Now, you are not actually looking out of those eyes. Those eyes don't work. There's no light in your dream, no real light anyway. It's not like light's coming to the eyes you've got in the dream. The whole thing is you. You are the dreamer in bed, in your, outside the dream. And there's conditioning, habit, that you always look out of your eyes. So that's where you feel like you are in the dream. But in fact, you are the whole dream. Now, when we do this experiment and we remove the head, then we notice that everything is happening in this space, the headless space, that in fact, you are everything, just like in a dream. So in the dream, you're everything. Now, we can look at it in a different way as well. So in modern science, in neuroscience, we have all the inputs coming and they're sent to our brain. And then inside what they call the sensorium, this is where all of this is projected, all of this world. Here is just inside your skull. Now, inside that projection, you are not the body. You are, and in the same way as in a dream, your eyes are not working. You are actually the whole of the sensorium. If the whole thing is in your brain, everything is parts of you. It's all made out of you. Even though it's not made out of, you can't say that that's a neuron there, that lamp is a neuron. All of this is in your head, and it's made 100% out of you according to materialism. It's created by you, it's made of you, it's not made of anything else. It's just all you. So in the same way, in the headless way, you imagine that you don't have a head, and you switch to being the whole thing. And I did it, and I felt it, and it was really quite incredible, really, because what I saw, going to sound like it's a mystical experience, it wasn't, but what I saw was that you have a viewpoint. When you realize this, you get this feeling that you go around without a head for a while, you get this feeling that you're actually everything that's happening, then you realize that the thing that's observing is not actually anywhere in the world. It's in the same way that during a dream, the person who's actually dreaming is outside the dream. In the same way, you are observing this from a point of nowhere. There's nowhere in the world that is you, that is that viewpoint. And you are the only thing that is really real. You're the only thing that you certainly know is real. And everything else is what they call mithya, is an illusion to you. Now, because you are nowhere in the world, you're this point of view from nowhere, nothing can touch you. And also your awareness accepts everything. This space that you are, that allows the world to be, accepts everything and rejects nothing. Nothing can hurt it in the way that a flame on in the cinema, doesn't burn the screen. Everything that happens as an object to you cannot hurt you because you're nowhere there. So for me, this was a real powerful experience, and it didn't happen before when I first tried it years ago. It must have been maybe 6-7 years ago. It didn't work, actually. And there's all these experiments you point to yourself. But when I tried this one the other day, it worked. Now, if you're not, you can try it. I hope it works for you. It's interesting. If you're not in the world, then you will not die. If you're not in the world, then nothing can harm you. You also accept everything. And some of these terms that we hear from religion, like you accept all, embrace all, this is what's happening. And I think this is a deep truth. The only thing that's real, satya, the truth, is that viewpoint, that thing that you are. And everything else is an illusion. You make space for everything else. Now, if you found this video interesting, tell me, and I will try to put more, because there's lots more to explore in this. Douglas Harding did, there's a whole load of experiences. So if you are the headless person and you've got this view from nowhere, and then somebody else comes and they also have a view from nowhere, what's going on here? Two views from nowhere. Is it the same view from nowhere, or what exactly is happening? And I think it gets quite interesting. So if you like it, tell me. There's also some other experiments that we can do to explore non-duality that we get from Greg Good and Atmananda Krishna Menon, which are similar kind of experiments to show that we are living in a non-dual reality even now. So I'll probably be planning this type of video for the future. But tell me what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.